back from the dead.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Condition back here with another video for you guys today. Back at it in Pubg Mobile, and today we're going to be talking about pretty much the easiest thing that you can do in Pubg Mobile to become better or even to become a pro at it. All right, and that is in the settings area. There are so many things that you can do in the settings area that will allow you to be a better player. And obviously in the end get more wins and get higher rank, all without just doing these things in the settings. No need to practice for it, no need to do anything like that. So I'm gonna be showing you guys what it is. So number one, you're gonna go into basic, and this is one of the things that I've heard it's kind of like half. Like a lot of people do it and then half the other people don't even do it, and that's gonna be crosshair color. All right, and it may seem like kind of dumb, you know, like, oh, changing the cross, you know, the color of my crosshair, you know, like what's that gonna help? But when you're I don't know why I used it, and it feels to me that it does help a lot, because when you have white and if you were a person that hip fires a lot, you can just, your hip fire kind of loses in between the contrast, like with all the other things going around in the map. So for me, I like using green. If you do use green or yellow, blue, whichever one's your preference of color, it's the point that it makes it stand out a little bit more. So honestly, when you change it, it just makes your hip fire like stand out a lot more. All right, and this is just gonna help you realize kind of like what's your actual middle of the screen and what's your surroundings, because believe me, once you do this, you ain't want to go back to the dark side. And let's move on to the next one in the list. All right, and this is going to be one that I actually like to disable, and it is this auto open doors. Now, why did I say disable it? You know, you may get kind of confused, like when you go running in the door. I know it's in the hardcore mode that you don't open the doors automatically, but it is honestly sometimes a pain in the butt for me. I mean, you do need to kind of get used to it, to opening and closing the doors manually. But where it does affect you a lot is sometimes I'm kind of like right beside a window that has a door, and I hear somebody, or you know, they're like running in front of my house or something like that, and I just kind of want to peek them. And sometimes I get close to the door and the stupid door opens, because it's an outer open door, and then obviously the enemy, you know, if he's a good guy, he can just hear, you know, like the whole opening of the door, and I'm just like, God damn it! Well, now I'm gonna have to shoot him. So I can't even tell you how many situations I've been like this, where I want to peek something at the window and it's right beside the door, and I just don't want to go in front of the door. I just don't want to cause it to open because people can hear it. So this is why I disable it, and it's honestly a really good thing. Now, if you guys love playing first person perspective, this is one of the best things to do, which is the camera view. And what you want to do is, I have it at 90 because I don't even play, but you want to move it all the way up, and that's going to allow you to have a wider view when you're playing first person, and it's going to allow you to win more gunfights. So sometimes you can, when you're playing first person, what this is going to allow you is to see on your left and right, so see your corners a lot better. You're gonna actually be able to see more. So if somebody has a 90-degree angle and you have all the way to 103, you're actually gonna see that guy faster than he will to you. Now when we go to graphics, I mean, these don't really change a lot. You know, I have everything here, but something that they recently added that is good and can actually improve your game is when you go here into non-standard screens, they actually do have special screens for the new phone. So for example, you got the iPhone X with the notch, you can actually put the notch. If you have rounded corners like the Galaxy, you can put the rounded corners, and it's going to improve that. And obviously, when you have a phone and it's adapted to that phone and you can see better and it feels better, you will automatically play better. Now with the controls, there's one where you can kind of like put the fat fingers in it. I don't know. I mean, you have fat fingers, but I don't really think that's a point to talk about. Sensitivity, I'm not really here to talk about sensitivity. You know, everybody talks about sensitivity. What's their best sensitivity, everything like that. All I'm gonna tell you, you know, everybody's got their own sensitivity. You know, you know, don't mess around with it. All I like to do is if you do want to increase, just always, you know, increase it a little bit every time, you know, pop it a couple extra, and you're not going to feel it, but then you're going to notice you're going to have 20 sensitivity more, and you're going to be able to aim and move a lot faster. All right, so that's just kind of like one of the tips I got with sensitivity, but I'm not going to tell you what the magic number is, because everybody has their own magic number. But that's a little trick. Just remember to go ahead and kind of like increase those little by little. Now the main one is going to be here in pickup. Pickup is going to be really important, and it's going to be really useful. So I'm going to talk about, you know, like enabling pickup, and it auto does it for you. I honestly don't like that. I kind of like picking things up myself. Um, Most for the fact that sometimes, I may have the AKM and, here I put 300, I mean, it's 300 bullets, but, I don't really want to use the AKM, but maybe I do want, I don't know. I just don't really use the enable one, but the most important thing is going to be here. So you can either disable it or enable it, whatever you want. But the most important thing is make sure you do set up your ammo and pickup limits. This is very, very, very important. Why? Especially when you're looting in gunfight, right? And there's people shooting at you, or you're looting in the middle of the pachinki. And there's, people, Spider-Man's across the roofs, and you got Superman's flying over you and all that kind of stuff, crazy stuff, bombing, all that kind of stuff. You want to loot very fast, all right? And this is something you can do in the settings that will allow you to loot faster, and eventually you're going to be able to be ready for that gunfight a lot faster. And honestly, for me, the best one that works is they all have 300. Except when I go to the SMGs, my Vector, my .45 do have 350. That's kind of like a little secret where I'm gonna show you guys in the next video what is the best loadout for me. But yeah, this is kind of like the best loadout. Also, if you like to play without auto pickup, it's gonna be really good, because when you disable auto pickup, which I have disabled, it's still gonna show in yellow. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but when you open, a dead guy's body, or whenever you're picking up stuff from the ground, there's things in yellow, then there's things in white. If it's in yellow, it means that you still haven't reached that amount that you put here, so I put 300. If I have 200 and I'm over 7.62 bullets, then it's going to be in yellow. And this is very important, because not that much, especially with the bullets and the med kits, because it's going to allow me to be like, okay, so how many med kits did I need? I like having 5. So not going back into your inventory and being like, how many med kits did I have? Okay, I have 4. Okay, I can pick up 1 more. These things, when you have everything set up, it's going to take you a couple minutes, but once you have everything set up, you know what you want to go into with battle, right? If you go over a med kit and it's great, and you have 5, you're good to go, man. You don't need more med kits. So always set these up. This is my settings. I like to have a lot of energy drinks and painkillers. Bandages, I only like to use 10 of them. That's honestly my deal. Med kits, I like to have 5 of them. First aid kits, I think they take a little bit too much space, and honestly, a little bit too much of the time. So I just like to put 1 of them. Smoke grenades, I like to go to 6. Frags, just 2. Usually I throw them away because I like to put spots for other things. But maybe you're in something else and you like to throw a couple frags, so you can always pick up some frags. And then with the scope limit, I always just have 1, which is the default. And then we're gonna go down here in the bottom, and we're gonna go to quick chat. Quick chat is also a pretty important one. If you don't use mic, go ahead and honestly do your things, right? So this is the message, the normal one, or enemies ahead, let's go. But they got some important ones. Flank left, flank right. Wait, I got a gun. So these are really, really good ones. Stay low, don't rush. These are pretty good ones that if you don't have a mic, but you like playing with pro teams, go ahead and have them ready, right? So you can have them, up and ready. These can be really important. Communication is the key. And if you don't have a mic, it's really hard. But when you got these ready to go and you see a guy coming from the left, boom, flank left, the guys know, all right, flank's coming left, right? You don't gotta be and type it in the chat with your big fat fingers, and then you press 3 letters at once, and then the PUBG stupid letter thing only lets you put like 5. It only lets you put like 2 words apparently, and you can't write anything in that thing. So write this one. I know the new voice is annoying as hell. She sucks ass, but we're gonna have to live with it. So just go ahead and change your, like I said, change your messages. These are going to improve you a lot. So thank you everybody for tuning in. I deeply appreciate it. Like I said, these are just things that you can do that will improve your game. And all you had to do was change some things in the sense in these settings. So hopefully there was a couple things that you didn't know, and they are going to help you a lot. Hopefully they are. If there is, I'd appreciate it if you guys like the video, and comment down below if you guys any other tips, tips that help you guys that I didn't mention here in these settings. So thank you everybody for tuning in. I appreciate it. Peace out, and I'll see you all in the next one.